We are back live at the Loft. I'm Terry Knight, Kelly Guest, along with my therapist,
Terri Taylor.
Yes. And we love to
Therapist.
Therapist. Well, that has so many meanings.
On so many levels.
It's this is the best experience. I mean, I haven't had a lot of experience with therapy because I never could find anybody that I liked or that I felt was worth my time. I didn't have one. I just have to tell the Doorknob story, the Dr. Doorknob story. And I don't know if I've told you or not, but I literally went to this guy, and he was always late. I mean, I never really saw him because he kept canceling. And talk about a complex. But then, when I finally did see him, and I thought he was the biggest dolt I'd ever met in my entire life, halfway through, like half an hour, he's like, oh, I gotta go pick up my kids. Which is not something that comes as a surprise to most people. Generally, folks know when that happens. And he just left, and he charged me for the whole hour.
And tell me what he charged an hour again, because that just floors me, like $300.
I do. I remember you telling me that. And I'm thinking, sure.
See what I mean? They need to be going to therapy.
Yes, yes.
Because that's just inappropriate.
I saw another therapist by myself while I was married to this other person.
Your husband.
Yes.
Good.
Oh, I like
Your
that.
husband.
Oh my God.
Excellent.
I love it. Well, now this person did one line that they said to me changed my life.
Sweet.
And
we were talking about this, and you wouldn't tell me what it was.
This is what I'll tell you.
I know. I've been doing this for like a month.
Me too.
Okay.
I want to know now.
So I'm telling this therapist how much my husband loves me. And I'm saying, oh, he just, he loves me and he does this and blah, blah, blah. And she turned and looked at me and she said, is that the kind of love you want? And I was like, you mean there's more? There's different, really? I got divorced. So it worked out really well. But it did. That one line literally changed my life because it changed the way I thought about the kind of love that there was more.
Yeah.
That I could have something more meaningful. So,
wow.
Nice job. Never saw her again, but
well,
yeah,
it did. Yeah,
it
did.
Yeah.
Does that bum you out when clients drop away?
Not at all. It feels good actually because either things are going really well.
Or you're sick of them?
Or
I mean, it's a fair
that's
question.
rare. I can honestly say, I don't think I've ever met a client like.
Really?
Yeah, if you put people's stories into context, and it's like there's nothing to not like. But if you just hear what's happening without that context, so I'm a family therapist, family and organizations and the world give context to people's lives. So once you get them into context, it's like, what's there not to like? It's like, oh, I can see why you hit your children or strangle your wife. Or, that makes perfect sense to me now. So how can I not be compassionate? Not an excuse, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But you can see how that would come about when you start looking at history. And which generation are you going to blame?
Right. Yeah.
Pick one.
And interestingly enough, the first time I ever saw you, you started doing, what was that thing that you were drawing?
Genogram.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk about that a little
It's
bit.
the hallmark of marriage and family therapists. It's our language. It's kind of like a family tree, and it gives me a picture of some of the things that have gone on in your family history, which gives me an idea of some of the things that inform how you do things now, emotionally, or interaction with other people.
It's pretty interesting.
It's really cool.
Wow.
It's a broader look. And then the other thing it gives me an opportunity to do is to find out what's going on outside of the family system, politically, religiously, culturally, and how that is impacting what's going on around you. I mean, you talking about sitting on that fence outside that bar profoundly shaped how I think about what you eat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, that's, in the questioning process, it's so interesting because she wasn't sitting there asking me things like, well, how do you feel about this? Or why did you come to see me today? Or, whatever. She was asking me questions about the makeup of where I've been from, and things came out that I probably never would have thought to tell her. Right? Is that part of the whole?
I love when people bring their teenagers to see me. It's like, here, fix them.
Good luck with that.
It's like, okay, let's talk about your family history because we can start to see what's coming down and what they're picking up. They become not the problem in that moment as well. So I get to use that to assess the situation, assess the family, and take the problem state out of it. Because it's not a problem. It's uncomfortable, it's not fun, we don't know what to do with it. But nobody's a problem. So it allows me to take that away, right away.
Interesting.
She can say that, and if I had read what she just said, nobody's a problem. They're whatever. I would have written her off as somebody who's either airy fairy or Terry fairy, or the kind of person that doesn't want to hurt your self-esteem, so everybody wins type of person. But it's not. It's so different when you put it in the because you hold people accountable. I happen to know that for a fact.
Well, and that was one of the questions that I was wondering about too, is this whole victim thing.
Oh yeah, I love victimology.
Talk to us about
Okay,
that.
you have to go see, and I don't care if you're a Tyler Perry fan or not, but you have to go see Medea Goes to Jail.
Okay.
I know most people are like, ew, what kind of movie is that? Whatever, I don't care. Go see the movie. It's hilarious.
Is it?
I got a new muscle in my stomach.
Excellent.
It's just good. And there's the victim piece in there. But victimology, ooh, that's so big. There's so much to that. What do you think it is?
Oh, that was like so
therapist.
unfair.
There's the therapist. Because it smacks people in so many ways. Some people are very profoundly compassionate for victims, and then some people are just, I just cannot stand victimness.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
kinda,
about where what is that? Usually when you don't like it,
Yeah.
you're doing it to yourself.
Okay,
And that means somebody else did it to you. And you're still doing it.
Move along.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
We were supposed to actually be talking about boundaries this segment,
Boundaries.
but we'll do that. We didn't get there.
Therapeutic boundaries.
We didn't get there. So
You don't have sex with your client.
that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, actually, some people believe that the board says you can have sex with your clients after 2 years after discontinuing service with your clients. But I think you should never have sex with your clients.
Sounds like service is just starting.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's just me.
Yeah, no. So that's boundaries. Ethics
I have different boundary questions, so we'll take a quick break. I wasn't expecting that, actually. We'll take a quick
Is it okay
break.
to say sex on the internet?
You can say
Yeah.
sex. You can say actually a whole bunch of stuff. We just choose to take the high road.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.